Welcome to Coordinating Your Chaos with the Blended Mama. My name is Teresa Stone. I am the Blended Mama, and on this channel, we help busy women find calm in the chaos of life through community and planning.
Hello, friends. Hello, and welcome back to Coordinating Your Chaos with the Blended Mama. I am Teresa Stone, and today we are doing a little reflecting and some resetting as we wrap up the month of July. So if you joined us last week, we did kind of a weekly reset, and that was really good. But this kind of monthly reset is something I do at the end of the month, right? And it's a chance for us to pause, to look back and ask what worked, what didn't, and what do I need to change going forward. So much like what we did on a weekly basis, I like to also do this on a monthly basis, right? So let's talk about July, because if yours has been anything like mine, it has been a wild one. So personally, it's been full of travel. I traveled pretty much every week this week. A lot of content creation, juggling all the family requirements and priorities while on the road. And there were definitely some surprises that came along. But here's a few things that did work well for me because I knew that this week or this month was going to be crazy. So pre-recording content to reduce my stress. That was huge. That's the only reason you saw YouTube videos this month, was because I was able to pre-record them. That definitely reduced my stress. I kept a simplified weekly layout. So I definitely had space for my top threes and on a daily and a weekly basis. But it was super simple. I just did whatever I could pull together in a few minutes. And using my journal instead of actual inserts was great for a mental reset. I was able to use some creative juices to find ways that things to help things work for me. So I really enjoyed being able to do that, and it's just different than normal, right? Sometimes it's good to just shake things up a little bit. Some things that maybe didn't work so well for me. I definitely still overcommitted to my weekly to-dos. I don't know. I'm a perfectionist. I want to do all the things, and I overcommitted myself. But I will say the one win is I didn't necessarily make myself feel bad for not doing all the things. My list had still too many things on them. I didn't always build in buffer time, especially with all the travel. I wasn't always taking that into consideration whenever I was trying to think about what I could get done. And it's really hard to be productive when you're the driver, right? So that was maybe something that I really just, with all the travel, it was just hard for me to figure out where to put in buffer time. And again, with all the travel, self-care was another thing that kind of fell by the wayside a little bit. But I am super excited for the month ahead. You know, sometimes you just have those months where you just need to get stuff done, right? But I'm aware of it, and so I will be more intentional in this coming month to kind of make up for that and really reprioritize things. So here's what we're adjusting going forward. I'm going to build some more white space into my weekly plan. I'm going to make sure that there is space for flexibility, and that I'm not overcommitting and trying to do something every minute of every day, right? I am going to make self-care a non-negotiable this month. It will be in my planner every week, at least something that is going to just kind of help me decompress with all of the craziness. And then just being more realistic about how much I can actually accomplish in a day, so that I'm not stressing myself out with a really long to-do list, right? And here's a little bit of a drum roll. We have a new catalog coming out in August, so I am starting to plan ahead and make space for all that excitement and maybe a few sneak peeks. So if you want to see sneak peeks, you do have to be on my email list or in my community. So you can join my email, theblendedmama.com/email, and I will put the link to our Chaos Coordinator community in the show notes, okay? So if you are wanting to try this monthly reflection process for yourself, so here's a few things to maybe give you some prompts to help you go through that process. So the first thing I want you to really think about is, what am I proud of this month, right? I think it is very important for us to celebrate our wins, and so I really want you to look back and find something that you can be proud of that you accomplished this month. Maybe what felt like a struggle. Sometimes it's just, while it's important to find the wins, it's also important to find the things that maybe were a little bit difficult for us, because I guarantee you there was a lesson in there somewhere, and probably some personal growth with that, right? And that's important to acknowledge as well. I want you to think about what you're ready to let go of. What is something that you have been saying that you were going to do or has been on your list, but maybe it really just isn't something you want to do. Maybe somebody else put it on your list or, told you needed to do it and you just don't want to. Well, maybe you just need to let go of that, right? And then I want you to think about, what do you want to do more of in August? So you can use these prompts in your planner, in a journal, or even voice memo them to yourself. It's not necessarily about writing things down, right? It's just about getting clear before you're jumping into that next season. So I would love for you to share in the comments, what is one thing that you're proud of from July and one thing that you're shifting for August. So whether your month went to plan or off the rails, you still made it through, my friend, and that deserves some celebration. All right, friends, until next time, keep planning with purpose and coordinate that chaos.
Thank you so much for watching today. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more tips and inspiration, and watch that next video to keep coordinating your chaos.